In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 college basketball games happening on November 10, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Columbia versus Connecticut. Gampel Pavilion will be loud, but that doesn't mean this one's a walkover. The number is huge. Connecticut sits as a heavy favorite in the low 30s depending on where you look, and that kind of spread asks a lot, even from a top 5 program. Connecticut just crushed UMass Lowell by 63 points, but that game looked more like a scrimmage than a real test. When teams win like that, the next game often brings less focus. This one also comes before a tougher matchup with BYU, so it's a classic flat spot. The Huskies are not at full strength either. Freshman Braylon Mullins is sidelined for about 6 weeks with an ankle injury. Another freshman, Jacob Furphy, has been dealing with an ankle issue and is listed as uncertain. Center Terrace Reed Jr. returned from a hamstring strain in the last outing but might see limited minutes. These are small things on their own, but they matter in a game where the bench will play a lot. Columbia comes in with a new coach, Kevin Hovde, who's pushing a steadier, possession-based style. His group opened the year 1-0 and looks more balanced than past versions. Seniors Avery Brown and Kenny Nolan give the Lions a calm, experienced backcourt. No injuries are listed for them, and that stability matters when facing a deeper team. Columbia knows it can't win a shootout, so it will aim to slow the game, value the ball, and make Connecticut guard for the full shot clock. The matchup favors a competitive first half and a possible late cover if Connecticut empties the bench early. Ivy teams often do well against big numbers because they play disciplined, low-turnover basketball. That gives them more chances to hang around. When the favorite is this large and the next game looms bigger, motivation becomes uneven. As our first pick for this matchup, the Columbia Lions to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Oddsmakers have it in the mid-150s, likely reacting to Connecticut's explosion against UMass Lowell. That number assumes the same offensive rhythm will continue, but the context says otherwise. Connecticut built that score by forcing turnovers and hitting nearly everything early. Once the game was out of reach, pace dropped sharply. Columbia also won its opener by controlling tempo and holding New Haven to 53 points. Both teams, so far, have defended well and played within structure. Expect this one to lean toward longer possessions and shorter runs. When heavy favorites rotate early, the flow slows. Deep bench minutes lead to missed connections and fewer fast breaks. Connecticut will want to avoid injuries before facing BYU, which means less urgency to pile up points once the result is clear. Columbia will take its time setting up offense, aiming for patience over pace. Add all that together and the number on the board looks too high for the likely rhythm. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Western Kentucky versus Eastern Kentucky. It's a bluegrass backyard brawl where one team wants to turn the court into a treadmill. Eastern Kentucky just hung 122 in its opener, bombing 17 threes, grabbing 51 boards, and coughing up only 10 turnovers while forcing 28. Pure pedal-down stuff at Baptist Health Arena. Western Kentucky, meanwhile, opened with an 82-70 win, won the glass 42-36, and squeezed 19 turnovers out of Tennessee Tech, but shot just 18.2% from deep and now heads into a true road hornet's nest. The razor-thin spread number favors the hosts getting the last run. As our first pick for this matchup, the Eastern Kentucky Colonels to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The total's a skyscraper, but there's a case for altitude. Eastern Kentucky just attempted 41 threes and created a turnover bonanza, which turbocharges possessions. Western Kentucky forced 19 turnovers in its opener and still reached 82 despite frigid shooting from distance, any regression toward average from deep, and we're cooking. Both styles invite early offense, and this rivalry's energy should only add octane. Pace plus shot volume says we lean north. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. UNC Wilmington versus Kent State. The opening tip-off for this one has a strong lean toward the home side. The Kent State Golden Flashes just dropped 110 points against Cornell Big Red in what was a full-blown offensive eruption, making this a touchstone for the pace they're willing to run. Meanwhile, the UNC Wilmington Seahawks came out swinging with 106 points in their opener, but that was against a Division II opponent, which raises questions about how their defense will hold up when the speed goes up and the shots come quicker. Kent State, at home, carries both the momentum and the system to press tempo and force you into three-point shots and transition buckets. UNC Wilmington will try to keep it half-court and slow things down, but given how Kent attacked last game, I don't expect them to give that many levers to control. As our first pick for this matchup, the Kent State Golden Flashes to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Kent State is averaging 103.5 points per game and surrendering 102.5 points so far this season. UNC Wilmington posted 106 points in their opener, and they'll have to push to keep pace or risk falling behind early. With both teams happy to run and trade quick baskets, the statistical profile screams pace game. Also, historical betting trends show UNC Wilmington has been on the higher scoring side recently, so I expect stops will be rare, possessions will fly, and this total number will feel modest by halftime. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Charleston Southern versus the Citadel. The Buccaneers head into this one after a rough start and one strong rebound. They were hammered at Virginia Tech, then turned around and dropped 106 on Toccoa Falls. The Bulldogs followed a similar pattern, an easy win over Erskine, then a loss at Boston College. The Bulldogs are playing at home, which helps. The Buccaneers shoot a lot of threes, 29 of them in their first two games. They also struggle at the free throw line, making only 56.4%. Putting that together, you see a team that can score quickly but leaves too many points at the line and gives the opponent extra chances. The Bulldogs attempt a lot of threes too, 85 attempts in 2 games, and that tends to create swings. Under those conditions, the visiting team might not pull away, and the home underdog can stay in the game. As our first pick for this matchup, the Citadel Bulldogs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. On the surface, both teams can pile up points, but when you dig into their Division I performances, things change. The Bulldogs scored only 47 against Boston College, and the Buccaneers managed 67 at Virginia Tech. The Bulldogs are shooting 39.4% overall and only 30.6% from 3. The Buccaneers give up a lot of free throws to opponents, 36 made out of 51 attempts. That tends to slow things down, wear the clock, and reduce the total number of possessions. Also, early season matchups like this often lack sharp execution. With those pieces in place, choppy offense, free throw fouls, volume of threes that miss, you lean toward fewer total points than the market suggests. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Iowa State versus Mississippi State. This one in Sioux Falls feels like a study in contrast. Iowa State brings speed, structure, and defense that smothers. Mississippi State leans on muscle, rebounding, and a heavy dose of paint touches. The Cyclones have opened their season sharp, 2 wins, both comfortable. They turned Grambling inside out with 14 steals and forced 19 turnovers. They turned those mistakes into 27 points, a margin that decides games before halftime. Guard Tamin Lipsey runs the show with poise. He's healthy after that mild MCL sprain in September and has looked steady. Joshua Jefferson and Milan Momkilovic stretch the floor, and the new rotation is already balanced. Every player knows his role, and it shows. Mississippi State looks powerful but thin in spots. They hammered North Alabama behind Josh Hubbard's 27 points and owned the glass, 52-36. They scored 40 in the paint, but that inside dominance comes with a catch. Losing 7-footer Guy Chall for the season hurts. It limits their rim defense and shortens the bench. Jans's team will still defend and rebound, but they'll face pressure they haven't seen yet. Iowa State forces teams to make decisions faster than they want to. In a game where ball security matters most, the Cyclones have the steadier hands and the deeper backcourt. Their defense creates offense, and their rhythm holds under pressure. As our first pick for this matchup, the Iowa State Cyclones to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Mississippi State's box scores might suggest pace, but the game flow says otherwise. They prefer contact, half-court sets, and rebounding wars. They held North Alabama under 37% shooting and allowed almost nothing easy at the rim. Their guards pick up full, but their offensive possessions stay deliberate. Iowa State's scoring has popped early, but those big totals came at home against mid-majors with no defensive bite. In this setting, against a team that guards the lane and slows the tempo, points come hard. Both coaches know how to drain momentum. Fred Hoiberg's old blueprint at Iowa State still echoes here. Guard first, force turnovers, and grind the clock on the other end. Mississippi State will mirror that rhythm, using the clock and crashing boards. Neutral court games often play tight, and when both teams thrive on stops, scoring dips. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.